Larry, we've already gone over the starting lineups for both teams, and again, we commented it will be Gate City's traditional 5 that has started for Gate City for the entire season. And hopefully, as we said, they and their reserves on the bench can come through and give the kind of performance that we know Gate City can give that will allow Gate City to move on into that final game before the state championship is awarded.
Well, the thing that another plus that Liberty has going for them, Dan, I read today where they've been playing 9 to 10 players for the last month in each game. Gate City only rotates 7 players into the ball game. Liberty is a pressing team. A press is going to wear you down. You know, it not only wears the people down that's putting on the press, but it wears down the people that's trying to beat the press. And it probably wears them down more than anything else. So fatigue could be a big factor here today, but we have 3 guys on this out of the starting 5 that are football players, and I think probably their dedication this year in football to get in shape for football season and to stay in shape all football season long has definitely been a plus for them in basketball, as for being in shape and being able to have plenty of stamina.
Mentioning football area, of course, the last time that we were here in Lynchburg, we were here to film the state, I guess that was the semifinal game before the state contest in football as well. So it's almost a full circle here as we have made trips for both football and basketball this year. I think that speaks highly for our athletic programs at Gate City High School. Of course, football has always got good always has good programs. Basketball also always has good programs, but this year they have both come up and taken it up an extra notch than what they normally go. And regardless of what happens here today, it's going to be a great season for Gate City in sports.
Yes, you're right, Dan. And as you and I got up this morning and looked outside, the weather outside reminded us of the same weather we had when we played Brookville up here back in December. A cold, dreary, rainy day, temperature about 39 degrees, and the Blue Devils, I think, some of these guys, you got to remember, these 3 guys on this basketball team have played football. They got to this level in football. Those 3 guys have to have a stronger desire maybe than anybody else on this team to come out of this thing with with some kind of championship this year. 2 of those guys are seniors. And I know that in Beasley and Shoemaker, they're going to give every ounce that they have to make sure that the Blue Devils do everything they can do to win.
That's right. And Larry might note that there are 3 starters that play football. There are several other football players on the team, and I know that from the moral support and everything that they're going to be into this contest as well, and I think they're wanting to bring it back too. Just about set to begin, of course, as all ball games on the varsity level in the state of Virginia. We have 8-minute quarters. And it will be Gate City 6'9" senior Josh Shoemaker facing off against number 30, I believe, for Liberty. That's Rodney Morris. He's a 6'4" junior. And as the ball game gets underway, it will be Gate City's Richard Howell getting the tip. He holds on to it as he goes over to the right side. Gate City will go in the opposite direction, so they're working their way down court. Richard Howell across to the top of the key, passes to Houseright. Houseright over to Peters in the right corner. Pass underneath goes out of bounds as it's last touched by Liberty's number 40, Rick Wright.
And I noticed on that pass, Liberty sagged the man off of Peters back into double team Shoemaker. So they're going to try to keep the ball out of Josh Shoemaker's hands as much as possible.
Richard Howell has it again, top of the key. He finds Josh Shoemaker on the left side. Shoemaker dishes it back out to Houseright. Houseright to Peters now. Peters drives to the foul line, takes the shot himself. It is up, it is missed. Rebound is by Shoemaker. It has out of bounds, last touch by Liberty, so Gate City will have it again from their own baseline.
Yeah, good hustle that time. Shoemaker went to the boards, got a hand on it, and it came off the foot of one of the Liberty players, Alabama.
Chris Peters for the Blue Devils is out of bounds. He tosses it in. He finds Houseright. Houseright gives the ball to Howell. Howell finds Peters. Peters gives it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker drives forward. Turnaround jump shot is short. No good. And Liberty will have the ball really for the first time on offense tonight. On the left side, it's number 3. He gives it over to number 50, Robert Carson. Now it's back over to Rodney Morris. Morris drives over, passes the ball to Arrington. Arrington moves in, back out. He finds number 42. That's Preston. Shot up and good, and I believe that was by Preston, right, Larry?
Yes.
So Liberty scores first as it's 2-0 with 6:50 left in the first quarter. Howe has the basketball. He throws back out. He finds Peters. Ball knocked away from Peters. Wide open down court. Preston up, good.
That's a good defense. They really use their hands a lot. The officials let them use their hands a lot. Gate City has the same chance. They need to do the same thing defensively.
Jake Housrod has the ball now for Gate City. Again, it's 4-0. 6:21 left in the first quarter. Devils trailing in this contest. Housrod gives it to Shoemaker underneath. The shot up, good by Shoemaker, but Shoemaker travels.
Yeah, Howell bumped him a little bit as Shoe was going to the basket and caused the walk. Shoemaker had a wide open layup if he hadn't been bumped by Richard.
6 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first period. The score still 4-0. Gate City trailing. With the ball, number 50, Robert Carson. Carson tosses it over, and now it's eventually in the hands of Arrington. Shot up, number 34 is good. That's Greg Mallory. He picks up his first 2 points of the contest. The score now 6-0, 5:56 left in the first.
You know, so far, it's not been full court pressure from Bedford like I thought I'd see.
Nice play by Richard Howell as he takes the ball to the goal and puts Gate City's first 2 points on the board. It's 6-2 with 5 minutes, 37 seconds left in the first. Number 42, Preston, has it on the left side. Preston gives the ball back out to Arrington. Arrington at the top of the key, moves forward, passes back over to number 50, Robert Carson. Shot up by Carson is missed. Nice deflection by Shoemaker, gets it out of bounds. And it will be Liberty ball from the sideline.
And one thing I noticed back early on, Dan, you did the game at Virginia High at the Christmas tournament. They shot a lot of threes in that game, didn't he, early on, and didn't hit too well?
As I recall, you have the stat sheets from that game, and again, that was a close one. It was tied at the end. I know that they really came out in the second half is where their primary scoring took place, and then even in overtime, as it was a big scoring ball game in overtime for that contest. We have a foul called here. Number 32, I believe.
It's on Josh Shoemaker. That's his first, team's first. As we played almost 3 minutes of the game, and that's the first foul called either way.
Out of bounds, it's Liberty's basketball. Robert Carson tosses it in. He gives it to number 34, Greg Mallory. Back now, number 10 has it from Kelly Garrett. Shot up, number 30, missed right into the hands. It goes of Josh Shoemaker. Shoemaker driving down court across the midcourt timeline. He gives it to Peters on the left side. Back over now, Housrod. Housrod finds Howell. Howell, right wing, throws it off, and it's stolen away before he can get to Shoemaker. Down court, it's Garrett all the way. He will not make it to the goal as it is knocked out of bounds by Richard Howell. And now it will be Gate City, or rather Liberty, inbounding Carson to do that.
Good play by Howell just to get down and deflect the ball.
Arrington with it. He dishes it back out to Garrett. He takes the triple. It's missed. Rebound. Tried to be picked up by Howell, but it goes back into the hands of Liberty. Number 50, Carson, has it now. He takes the shot, misses. Rebounded that time by Beasley. Good job, Chad Beasley.
Chad blocked out well that time, and he's going to have to control the boards inside.
Chris Peters loses possession as number 10, Garrett, takes it down. He passes the ball to Arrington. Arrington to the goal, misses the shot, but there to scoop it up and put it back in is Robert Carson. 8-2 is now the score. 4:02 left in the first period. Devils down by 6. Larry, the passes is killing Gate City.
Turnovers. Gate City's turn the ball over really on unforced errors, and that'll keep.
So will three-pointers from way out like that as number 34, Greg Mallory, puts up the triple. It's 2-11. The Devils find themselves down by 9 with less than just over half of the first period complete. We have 3 minutes, 43 seconds left, and Greg Irvin has called a timeout.
Well, Blue Devils need a timeout here. Like you said, Daniel, we've turned the ball over on passes, really. Liberty has good hands. They're going to use those hands, and you've got to be crisp with your passes. You can't throw a pass 25 feet across the court and not have the quickness of Liberty come into play on that type of thing. And so the Devils so far, I think, more so than Liberty has, I think the Devils have hurt themselves so far.
Really, from a shooting game standpoint, Liberty isn't shooting a whole lot better than what Gate City is as far as the number of shots that they are putting up. Gate City, they're making the ones that they do put up. And, of course, that's what the score represents. But as you say, Gate City just isn't having the opportunity to shoot as many shots as they're not getting the ball down there without turning it over.
Don't think they have but 2 shots. They're shooting 50%. They're 1 for 2.
Right. Richard Howe taking the ball down as we've resumed action. Howe passes the ball over to no one yet as he moves on down to the left side on his own. Inside he goes, and again, ball stolen away on the turnover on the pass. Number 4 has it now for Liberty. That is Brandon Mills. Shot up good for 3 points by number 42, Cheney Preston. That makes the score 14-2 with 3:11 left in the first period. The Devils down by 12.
The Blue Devil guard so far is really causing some problems. They almost didn't. Well, they didn't. They didn't get it over in 10 seconds. Now, that was a good press that time by Liberty, and really the first time they picked up full court, I think.
Number 50 with the ball for the Liberty Minutemen. That's Robert Carson. He's greeted by Howe at the in the front court. He drives down, takes the shot himself from the foul line, misses that shot. Josh Shoemaker comes up with it. Shoemaker will work his way down the court on the right side. He has it. Drives forward. And as it goes out of bounds, it is last touched by Gate City, so it will be Liberty's ball.
Well, that's another unforced turnover. You know, Shoemaker just dribbled the ball evidently off his foot.
Set to inbound is Raymond Arrington for the Minutemen. He'll give it to Robert Carson. No, he won't. As Carson is replaced, it will be number 10, Kelly Garrett, coming in. We also have Tony McDonald now into the contest. I'm not sure how long Tony's been in. He replaced Halshot, it looks like. Out of bounds the ball goes. There's an error on Liberty's part, unforced turnover, as it will be Gate City Josh Shoemaker coming up and inbounding.
So that's only maybe the second turnover that Liberty has so far, Dan. And like I said, the Blue Devils have got to do a better job. There's another, you know, they came from behind to deflect the ball.
Number 10 has it for Liberty. He gives it to number 42. That's Cheney Preston. Number 4, Mills with it now. Underneath, he dishes it off. The shot is up. It's good, and he is fouled. That's number 50, I believe. Check that, number 30. And that is Rodney Morris. And he'll go to the foul line and attempt to complete the three-point play.
Fouls on Peters, is that right? Number 23.
Yes, sir, that is.
That's his first, Blue Devils second.
2:04 left in the first. Gate City trails it by 14. The shot is missed, and Shoemaker pulls up the rebound for Gate City. Josh Shoemaker will work his way down the basketball court on the right side. He tosses it off to Richard Howe. Howe finds Halshot top of the key now back into the contest. He passes back out to Peters. Peters drives forward. And here we have a foul call.
Fouls on number 10. That's Kelly Garrett. And that's the first team foul call on Liberty. Blue Devils inbound on the baseline.
It was Peters giving it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker now to Howe. Howe finds Peters again. Peters back out. Richard Howe with the basketball. In the front court, he's guarded by Mills. He drives forward, gives it to Beasley, but again, it's picked off and stolen by Liberty. Pass down, number 30 has it. That is Rodney Morris. Shot up, number 10, good from three-point land. That's Kelly Garrett. Turnovers and the three-pointers that Liberty is succeeding has just about destroyed Gate City in this quarter. Still a lot of time left. Shoemaker has it. Underneath, he takes the shot. It's up and it's good by Josh Shoemaker. 19-4 is now the score. 1:05 left in the first. Number 50 takes the jump shot. It's up good. Check that. That's 30. Rodney Morris. Chris Peters with the basketball.
He got by the double dribble that time, I believe.
Cross midcourt it goes. Away. Out of bounds. And as you say, it was thrown away. So it'll be Liberty's ball. Number 34 getting set to inbound. That's Greg Mallory. And again, Greg Irvin calls a timeout.
Gate City's second timeout. They only get 4 a game, and Coach Evans had to use 2 here in the first quarter to try to settle these Blue Devils down. It hadn't done a very good job so far, as the Blue Devils, I would think, we don't keep turnovers, but I would think they probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 just in quarter 1. But Liberty is a fine team. I think it really plays tough defense. They use their hands well. We don't pass the ball as well as we should, and Liberty's taking advantage of it. We're not a real good ball handling team, Daniel.
Not today, we're not. As it is 21-4, and again, Gate City's probably made, as we said, more than half of the shots they've attempted. They just haven't been able to attempt many shots, as they're giving the ball away on unforced turnovers before they have a chance to take the shots.
Yeah, a lot of their turnovers has been on dribble penetration by the guard, and they're trying to pass, they're inside the 15-foot, inside the free throw lane, and then they try to pass it about 3 feet, and it's just too crowded to do that.
As we resume play, it's number 50, Robert Carson, for the Liberty Minutemen, taking the ball down court. He drives in, back out. He finds number 34 from three-point land. My goodness, Larry, it's good. That's Greg Mallory. It's now 24-4. Devils find themselves down by 20 with 20 seconds left of the first period. Howell gives it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker steps back out, tosses back out Peters. Peters takes the long three. It is up. It's no good. Rebound goes to number 40 for Liberty. That's Rick Wright. Now number 50 has it. That's Robert Carson. Carson gives the ball to number 3. Arrington, shot up, no good. And as the buzzer ends to end the first quarter of play, it's Gate City down by 24-4. Blue Devil basketball on STE Cablevision and Channel 30 is brought to you by J&P Markets, by Pizza Plus, by Williams Heating and Air Conditioning, by Dennis Fritz Allstate, by State Line Graphics, by Custom Log Homes, by Photo Genius and Image Consultants, by Premier Bank, by Daugherty Brothers Chevrolet, Geo Jeep Eagle, by People's Muffler Shop, and by Weber City Drug Center. Larry, what can you make out of the first quarter statistics there? Any clues as to what Gate City might do to improve their performance here in this contest?
Well, Gate City has 4 points. Hal scored 2, and Shoemaker scored 2. It's not hard to do. Not hard to do these stats for the Blue Devils in this quarter. We just haven't. Well, we've talked about it right here early on. We just haven't handled the pressure well. We've had too many turnovers. We haven't shot the ball probably. I would say maybe if we've taken a half a dozen shots from the field in 8 minutes of play, I'd be surprised. They had Bedford had 2 guys that led them with 8 points in the first quarter. Greg Mallory had 2 threes and a deuce, and Preston had 7 points. He had a 3 and 2 2-point.
The ball goes out of bounds, and Gate City will have possession as it was last touched by the Minutemen. We're now back in play here in the second quarter of the contest. Josh Shoemaker will throw it in. He gives it to Houseright. Houseright now to Peters. Peters will work his way down the court. He tosses in underneath, wide open. Jake Houseright, good for 2 points by Jake Houseright. Closes the gap a bit as it's now 6-24. 7:35 left in the first half.
Well, Blue Devils beat the press that time, and you're supposed to beat it with the pass and not with the dribble.
Number 3, Arrington takes the shot up. It is good. Quick inbound goes from Shoemaker to Howell. The score now 26-6, 7:18 left until halftime. Richard Howell gives it to Peters. Peters back over Houseright. Jake Houseright pass underneath Beasley. And it is saved by Liberty, and they do eventually come up in control. Number 3, Arrington taking the ball down. He passes off. He goes out of bounds, apparently last touched by Houseright. So it will be Liberty ball from their own baseline.
Liberty is 2 or 3 steps quicker than we are, and that's a big difference too. As they're a very fluid, smooth-looking basketball team.
Back into the contest comes Tony McDonald. He replaces Jake Housewright. Liberty has the ball after the inbound. Number 50, Robert Carson with it. Pass is thrown away, and it will go out of bounds. So here we see a turnover on the part of Liberty. And Gate City will have it from the Liberty baseline.
Well, the Blue Devils have dug themselves a big hole in the first quarter, Dan. That's, you know, that's going to be tough to rebound from this. I think they're probably capable, but it's going to take a monumental effort for them to be able to do this. Another turnover, you see, by the Blue Devils.
Number 30 down court for Liberty. Underneath number 40, shot up, no good. Rebound, number 34. He gives it to number 30 again. That shot's also no good. And finally, possession goes back to Gate City.
One thing Liberty does, they go hard after loose balls. They really scramble for the loose balls, and you got to do that to win.
Tony McDonald has it. He gives it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker forced out of bounds, and I believe he was pushed.
So that foul's going to be on Carson. That's his first. And only Liberty's second foul. As there's no such thing as a force out in high school. It has to be a foul that results.
Josh Shoemaker throws it in. He gives it to Chris Peters. Again, the score 26-6, 6:25 left in the first half. Chris Peters at the top of the key gives it off to Beasley. Beasley, left side, finds Peters, right wing. He now gives it to Shoemaker. Up and good by Josh Shoemaker.
Well, Josh has done an excellent job if they were able to get him the basketball.
Shot up, no good that time by Morris. Second shot tipped back up, no good. And as it goes out of bounds, there will be a foul called.
I believe this foul is going to be on Chris Peters, number 23. That's Chris' second foul. Team's third. Team's third.
Liberty has it out of bounds. Number 4 gets the inbound. That's Brandon Mills. Back out number 34. That's Greg Mallory. Number 4 in the right quarter runs the baseline. Good deflection by Josh Shoemaker. Liberty ends back up with it, though. Number 3, Arrington, up good from three-point land. 29-8 is now the score. 5:35. Devils down by their biggest margin. That's 21. Howell gets the ball across midcourt to McDonald. McDonald all the way up. Good by Tony McDonald. 10:29 is the score again. 5:17 left in the first half. With the ball, number 3 for the Minutemen. Bounce pass underneath. Number 30 up, no good. I believe McDonald might have had a finger on that. Number 4. Guarded by Peters. That's Mills. Back out, number 50, Carson. Carson finds Arrington. Three-point try up. No good this time. Rebound, Josh Shoemaker. Gate City Shoemaker gives it to Peters as they work the ball down court. Peters back out, finds Howell. Howell. Peters. Three-point try up. No good by Chris Peters. Rebound goes to Liberty. Number 30 for the Minutemen, Rodney Morris pulls it down. Taking it down court is Robert Carson. Underneath, Arrington gets the shot off. It is good. 31-10 is now the score. Again, a 21-point deficit for the Blue Devils. 4:25 left until halftime. Peters takes the shot. It's missed.
Charge this time on Chris Peters. That's his third personal foul in the second half. Team's fourth. That was a bad decision that time. He had a 2-on-1 break, and he needed to pull up a step quicker and dish it off.
Coming into the contest for Gate City for the first time in today's contest is Aaron Flannery. He replaces Richard Howe. It's Liberty's number 10 taking the ball down. That's Garrett. Garrett pass over to Arrington. Arrington is guarded by Shoemaker. He dishes it back out. He finds Carlos Day. Day back over to Mills. Mills finds Garrett again. Now it's Arrington. 4 minutes left in the first half. Mills, foul line, takes the shot, no good. Rebound to Arrington. Back out Garrett. Arrington has it again. He drives forward. Pass back out Mills. Three-point land, Garrett. No good. Rebound. No one because there is a foul called.
Foul's on number 22. That's John Worley. And that's the third foul on Liberty. As the ball these seems to be pretty tight rims here. Seem like the ball really comes off these rims pretty, with long rebounds. And Gate City, you would think, should be able to control the boards with their height. Of course, and the Blue Devils here just turn it over again. On a bad pass of Tony McDonald. Just throws it out of bounds right to Coach Urban almost.
3 minutes, 36 seconds left in the first half. 31-10 is the score. Number 22 will inbound. That is John Worley. Worley gives it to number 14, Carlos Day. A block on the foul.
The foul this time is on Flannery, Aaron Flannery. It's his first, team's fifth.
Richard Howell checks back in for the Blue Devils.
Back into the contest, we have Richard Howe. He replaces Aaron Flannery. Shot up good by Liberty's number 30. That was Rodney Morris. 10-33 now the score. Devils down by 23 with 3:22 left in the first half. Housestrike gives it to McDonald. McDonald drives forward into the paint. He goes, misses, but there is another foul called.
Liberty foul by number 10, Kevin Garrett. That's his second.
Foul's on number 10. That's Garrett. That's his second. Liberty's fourth.
Tony McDonald out of bounds for the Blue Devils. Throws it in. It goes right into the hands of Liberty. Number 50 taking it down. That's Robert Carson. Carson scores and is fouled.
And the foul this time is on Josh Shoemaker. That's Josh's second foul. Team sixth.
That two-point field goal made the score 35-10. If Carson can complete the three-point play, of course, it will be a 36-10 contest. Checking back into the ball game for Gate City comes Chris Peters, number 23. Peters will replace Jake Housewright.
The only guy shot any free throws tonight's been Carson. He's 0 for 1 in the first quarter and 1 for 1 in this quarter.
Number 32, Josh Shoemaker, grabs the rebound. They would have had it anyway, though, as he threw it into Howe. Shoemaker has it again. Peters right side, three-point try up. Good for 3 points by Chris Peters. 13-36 is the score now. 2:55 left in the first half. Number 14 with the basketball, Carlos Day. Now back over, it goes from Morris to Carson. Arrington at the foul line, bounce past Garrett. Three-point try up, missed. Rebound, Carson. Carson. Back out Arrington. He takes the triple try. It is missed. Rebound. Howe almost had it, but Garrett recovers. Arrington dishes off. No good. Rebound up, no good. That was Morris on the try. And as Tony McDonald jumps over the press table, he recovers the ball for Gate City, but it was out of bounds last touched by Gate City's McDonald.
I believe Shoemaker really actually deflected it out of bounds. They're doing an awful good job. Everything seems to be going Liberty's way, but now they're causing a lot of it to go their way, Dan.
Number 50 for Liberty, that's Carson, will be fouled.
And the foul's going to be on McDonald. Tony McDonald will be his first. That'll be the team's seventh. So Liberty will shoot 1-on-1.
That was number 10 instead of number 50. That's Kelly Garrett who was fouled. He'll go to the line again, as you say, shooting the 1+1. The shot is up. The shot is missed. Rebound goes to Housewright. Housewright gives it to Howell. Howell down court on the right side. He gives it back out to McDonald. McDonald takes the shot. It is up. It is no good. And there is another foul call.
Foul this time, I think, is on number 3. It's Arrington. That's Arrington's first foul. And Bassett's 5th team foul.
Liberty.
Did I say Bassett?
Liberty.
Where
did Bassett
Where
come
did
from, Larry?
Bassett come from?
Boy,
They're all close up here.
Yeah, they are. Tony McDonald misses the first of his 2 shots.
Tony McDonald shoots 1 more.
He has a second shot that will come his way. It is up in the air, and it is good. So McDonald gets one of his 2 shots there to make the score 14-36. 1:55 left until the end of the first half. Number 3 has the ball. That's Raymond Arrington. Arrington dishes it back out. It is saved before it goes across the back court line. Chaney Preston has it. He has it again. He passes off to Carson. Carson guarded at the point by Howe. He drives inside, gets the shot off, and it is good as Robert Carson adds 2 more points to the board. It's 38-14. 1:32 left in the first half. Richard Howe on the right side of the court. Passes off, he finds Peters. Peters gives it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker drives to the foul line. Back out, he finds Howe. McDonald has it now. He takes the shot. It is up, and it is good by Tony McDonald. 16-38 is the score. Devils find themselves down by 22 with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this half. Ball thrown away by Liberty as it was intended for number 30. That's Rodney Morris. And it was last touched by he as well, as it will now be Josh Shoemaker out of bounds.
Blue Devils look to be a little winded already, I think. Liberty has rotated about 9 people in like he said he was going to do, and I can't see a drop-off on any of those 9 people when they come in. They're a very talented, very good-looking basketball team.
Tony McDonald with the basketball on the right side of the court. He drives forward, gets his own rebound miraculously, but then loses it as number 30, Rodney Morris, gets it. He now gives it to Carson, and Carson will drive down court. 45 seconds left in the half. Number 4 for Liberty with the ball, that's Brandon Mills. Mills back over, he finds number 40, that's Rick Wright. Number 30 with the ball now, that is Morris. Shot up, good by Carson. 40-16 is the score. 28 seconds left in the first half. Peters gives it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker all the way down. The shot is up. It's no good. Gets it himself underneath, but he was out of bounds. 16-40 is the score now. 19 seconds left in the first half. Liberty will have it from the Gate City baseline. Substitutions coming in for both teams. And it will be number 34 for Liberty. That's Greg Mallory tossing it in. He gives it to Carson. Carson working his way down court. Carson across the midcourt timeline. Guarded by Howe. He gets around him, passes back off. Garrett shot up, good for 3 points by Garrett. And that's the end of the first half. The score, 43-16. Devils down by 27 as they head to the locker room for the halftime intermission. Blue Devil basketball on STE Cablevision and Channel 30 is brought to you by J&P Markets, by Pizza Plus, by Williams Heating and Air Conditioning, by Dennis Fritz Allstate, by State Line Graphics, by Custom Log Homes, by Photo Genius and Image Consultants, by Premier Bank, by Daugherty Brothers Chevrolet, Geo, Jeep Eagle, by People's Muffler Shop, and by Weber City Drug Center. Again, the score here at the end of the first half of action, Gate City trailing by a bundle, 43-16. Larry, you've got several stats to go through here. Why don't we go ahead and take our commercial break, and we come back, we'll take a look at all the statistics of the first half and do a little bit of commentary on what Gate City may be able to do to still hold on to this contest. It seems like they have a long ways to go, and indeed they do. But they often say it's not over until it's over, and we still have a whole other half left. So let's go ahead and take a commercial break. Don't go away, though. We'll be back with the second half of this Virginia AA State semifinal basketball contest in just a moment. If you're looking for insurance, you know the importance of finding an agent you can trust. Dennis Fritz Allstate can be that agent. Dennis Fritz is a Scott County native and understands the needs of Scott County citizens. Whether it be insurance for your home, auto, life, or business, Dennis Fritz Allstate is a friend you can trust. And remember, you're in good hands with Allstate. Dennis Fritz Allstate, located across from Burger King in Weber City. At State Line Graphics, quality offset and screen printing is available from experienced staff at reasonable prices. Whether you need quality printing of your business and personal stationery or products for your wedding or anniversary, State Line Graphics can do the job the way you want it done. State Line Graphics also offers custom screen printing of t-shirts, caps, and much more. So for excellent quality and all your printing needs, visit State Line Graphics in Weber City, serving all of Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee since 1989. Memories. They should last forever, but when they're passed by word of mouth, they become lost or distorted. Whether it be a wedding, birthday, or family portrait, Photogenius Image Consultants can help you capture those special occasions. For a unique gift, check out our video library. A video library is 50 of your favorite photos put to video. So let us make your memories last forever.
The state of local banking in Southwest Virginia is alive and well, thanks to the folks at Premier Bank. With the addition of local, well-run banks to our family in the past few years, we've built a banking system that allows your hometown bank to not only remain local and personal, but to also have added services and expanded opportunities for you, our customers. That's why at Premier Bank, there is a difference.
The difference is Premier.
Member FDIC.
The most energy-efficient heating and cooling system available today is the electric heat pump. And this certified Comfort Assured dealer has all the details.
Forecast today, a cold front alert.
Our temperatures will be falling. We're
cold.
With a forecast like this, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 40% on your monthly heating bill? You can, with a high-efficiency Weathermaker heat pump from Carrier. Don't get caught in a cold front. Call your Carrier dealer. We're the inside guys.
To get your high-efficiency, energy-conserving heat pump, visit Williams Heating and Air Conditioning in Gate City. American Electric Power joins in this energy-saving message. Thinking about building a new home? Why not build a beautiful new log home from Custom Log Homes in Weber City? Custom Log Homes feature 75 plans to choose from, ranging in size from 500 to 7,000 square feet. Or bring by your favorite plan, and Custom Log Homes will turn it into the log house of your dreams. All Custom Log Homes are of quality construction and are built with heart-of-the-log eastern white pine or western red cedar. Stop by the model in Weber City and get a brochure. Custom Log Homes, making your dream home a reality. Looking for one-stop convenience at its best? At J&P Markets, it's convenience times 2. With locations in both Big Moccasin and Nicholsville, a J&P Market is never far away. And J&P is more than gas and groceries. From cosmetics and household supplies to ammunition and movie rentals, you'll find what you're looking for at a J&P Market. Service, quality, and convenience. 3 reasons why you should shop at J&P. Stop by. You'll be glad you did.
Pizza Plus, would you like to try our large mega pizza with up to 12 toppings for just $9.99?
You bet. 1 mega pizza with pepperoni, sausage, hamburger, bacon, and ham.
And green peppers, banana peppers, and jalapeno peppers.
And mushrooms, onions, olives, cheese, and anchovies.
Anchovies?
Sorry, I got carried away. No anchovies.
The Mega Pizza from Pizza Plus. 1 large pizza with any 12 toppings of your choice, even anchovies. The Mega Pizza, just $9.99, only at Pizza Plus.
Basketball on Channel 30 is also brought to you by Daugherty Brothers Chevrolet Geo Jeep Eagle. Come experience the Daugherty difference. People's Muffler Shop, full-service auto body, muffler work and inspections, located in Nicholsville. Weber City Drug Center. Come visit pharmacist Larry Snap for all your pharmaceutical needs. halftime. The score, Gate City trailing the Liberty Minutemen 43-16. Larry, let's take a look at the first half stats.
Well, let's do Gate City's first. Gate City only scored 4 points in the first quarter as Richard Howell had a bucket, Josh Shoemaker had a bucket for the total of 4. They picked it up offensively a little bit in the second quarter as Howell picked up another 2-point field goal. Chris Peters hit his only three-pointer of the night for his total of 3 points in the first half. Tony McDonald again came off the bench, had two field goals and was 1 for 2 from the free throw line for a total of 5 points in the second quarter. Jake Housewright picked up a field goal in the second quarter. The Blue Devils end up scoring 12 points in the second quarter. But the killer so far has been the first quarter scoring of the Blue Devils and the number of turnovers they had in the first quarter. Gate City from the free throw line has attempted 2 free throws and have hit 1 of those. Now for the Liberty Minutemen, Raymond Arrington picked up 7 points in the second quarter. He did not score in the first quarter, but in the second quarter he had 2 2-point field goals and a 3-pointer for 7 total points for the first half of the game. Kelly Garrett had a 3-pointer in the first quarter, a 3-pointer in the second quarter for a total of 6 points. Rodney Morris has had two 2-point field goals in the first quarter, came up with another 2-point field goal in the second quarter. He has a total of 6 points for the game. Greg Mallory had a 2-point field goal first quarter, 2 3-point field goals in the first quarter. Didn't score in the second quarter for a total of 8 points for the first half. Preston had 2 2-point field goals in the first quarter, 1 3-point field goal in the first quarter for a total of 7 points in the first half. He did not score in the second half. And Carson had a 2-point field goal in the first quarter, had 3 2-point field goals in the second quarter, and was 1 for 1 from the free throw line for a total of 8 points for the first half. They have Arrington with 7 points, Garrett with 6 points, Morris with 6 points, Mallory with 8 points, Preston with 6 points, and Carson with 8 points. So that's very balanced scoring. That's contributions from 7 people with almost the same scoring totals, and that's what good defense has done for Liberty in the first half. The Blue Devils turned it over. They scored 24 points in the first quarter, and that's a lot of points. We've had quite a few Gate City games this year where teams had only scored 24 points and a half, and Liberty scored 24 in the first quarter on Gate City. A lot of unforced Gate City turnovers, as you have seen if you're watching this replay now back at home.
Larry, I tell you, I've been quite impressed with this Liberty team. I think that they have improved significantly, or are at least playing better basketball than they did when we played them back in that Christmas tournament where they got by us in overtime 72-74. They are really capitalizing on all of Gate City's errors when they need to. And as you say, they've got 7 players out there who are a number of players who are distributing their points equally. It's a team playing, and I tell you, it's really wreaking havoc with Gate City here today.
Well, the thing that impresses me is they're a very mature team, and they're not a really senior dominated team. 3 of these stars are juniors, I believe, according to the paper. I think I see 3 seniors on here, but they impress me with the way they run their offense. They get open shots for their people. They have all 5 starters can handle the ball. They can take the ball to the hole. They're good dribblers. They jump well. They have great athleticism. Gate City, to me, looks about 2 steps slower than Liberty. And if you try to guard somebody pretty close and that other guy's quicker than you are, if he makes a move and you can't go with him, then you're beat. That first move is what's beating them when they drive. It's what's beating Gate City when they drive to the hole. And one other thing I've noticed is their 3-point shooting has improved since the game that you had early on. For the game, they've hit 6 3-point field goals already in the first half. So that's 18 points out of the 43 that they have. And I believe I remember they shot a lot of threes in the first half at Bristol early on in the year, but they didn't hit that very good of a percentage up there. That three-pointer, you know, it can jump you way out ahead or it can key you. And today, their three-pointers have been falling, so and Gate City's had trouble turning the basketball over. And all that's just added up to it's been a Liberty first half all the way.
Liberty, or Larry, Liberty, as we see here, has a 43-16 win. Is it now impossible for Gate City to come back?
Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible until the horn goes off. It would be improbable, I would think, for Gate City to be able to come back at this big a deficit against a team as talented and as a team that has as much poise as Liberty does. Liberty, to me, appears to be, they have everything you want. They have 8 or 9 people that can contribute scoring-wise. They handle the ball well. They jump well. They'd be a coach's dream, I think. And to me, they play well together. And that's, you know, they play as a team. And that's a big key when you have that many people on the floor that, well, that's a reason everybody contributes. I mean, you know, they're getting such good contribution from 7 different people scoring-wise. It's because they play as a team. They take the open shot. When the chances are to drive and score, they do that. And I'm very impressed with Liberty. The 2 teams that played in the game earlier were 2 pretty good ball teams. I thought Gate City would match up with either one of those 2 teams. I don't think either one of those 2 teams, of course, now it's just going to be Spotswood. I don't think Spotswood or Gate City, either one is going. Well, we know Gate City hadn't matched up well with Liberty, but I don't think Spotswood would match up any better with Liberty than we have.
Yeah, we commented at the end of the game before this that if Gate City could get past Liberty, they had a real good chance of getting by Spotswood.
Yeah, I think they had Spotswood as a good team, and I don't want to take anything away from them. But they don't have a whole lot of size. They're not going to be as quick or as athletic as Liberty. And, you know, we're not giving this game to Liberty yet. The Blue Devils will fight to the last tick goes off the clock, I'm sure. But it would take, it's going to take something that Gate City hadn't done all year, and that's to come from behind a, what is that, a 27-point deficit. You know, that's, if we held them to no points for the rest of the game, we figured if the score was in the 50s, Gate City had a chance. If it got in the 90s, Liberty was going to be a winner big time. Well, they're almost in the 50s at halftime.
Right. Larry, the Blue Devils emerged on the court late with about 2 minutes left until the start of the second half. What do you think some of the things that Greg Irvin might have been talking with his team about in the locker room? We weren't there. What would you have been telling this team at halftime?
Well, I think about all you can tell them here is go out and play with poise, play with every ounce of strength you have. Don't lose your composure. Play your game, do the best you can do. We'll see what happens. That's all you can tell a team when you're down this many points.
And as the buzzer sounds to indicate that we are just about ready to resume action here in the second half of the contest, again, as we get set to go into the third quarter, it's 16-43, the Blue Devils trailing by 27. The Gate City starting 5 returns back out to the court to start play here in the second half. Possession of the basketball will belong to Gate City. It will be Josh Shoemaker at midcourt, getting ready to toss it in. And he does so and finds Richard Howe. Richard Howe has the basketball across the midcourt timeline. He travels.
That's another unforced error. I mean, just, well, I don't know.
Well, that's just one of those things that happens occasionally. I know Gate City is bound to be a little down emotionally right now, and I think that Howe just got a little bit careless on that trip down court. Number 3, Arrington has the ball. Takes the jump shot. It's up and good. by Arrington. The official